Hi everyone and welcome back to another video with me Shruti Vashist from enlightenmentcourses.com. So in this video I'm going to be talking about diseases and how to heal a disease energetically. So you may be somebody who's already going through the process of healing with your doctor, whether it's a physical disease or mental disease, or perhaps it's even just anxiety, something that you're dealing with by yourself. It doesn't really matter, but any kind of discomfort in the body, how do you do that? How do you heal that energetically? How do you get into your body and start to heal that energetically? I'm going to be speaking a bit about that in this video, giving you some tips. It's not possible to address the whole thing, like the whole process, in just one short video, but I go through these in details in my courses. For example, Embody the Fifth Dimensional Vibration, it's very in depth, very step by step. There are shorter courses as well for beginners, called Master Inner Peace, for example, which helps you to go into your body and learn how to become one with the body. There's Open Your Intuition as well, which helps you to do that. But anyway, in this video I'm trying to capture I'm trying to give you some points that will help you, something that you can do by yourself. So if you would like to hear more on this topic and you want me to make videos like this, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new here, and hit the bell notification as well. Okay, so how to heal a disease. So first I'm just going to talk a little bit about the background, in the sense that when it comes to spirituality, every disease has an underlying energetic cause. So you might be going through something and you're working with a doctor, whether that's a regular doctor or alternative medicine, doesn't really matter. And I'm not asking you to quit that or anything like that, but what you can do in conjunction with something that you're already doing, because I really believe that a lot of this begins with ourselves. So any doctor that's really helping you and it's really working for you, the reason that that's working is because there's a part of you that believes that this is going to work, that this is something that this is an action I'm taking for myself and it is going to work. So if you are able to take actions for yourself and you really believe that that's going to heal you, then it does. So whether that's in the form of an external doctor or something, a practice that you're doing inside of yourself, it really is about what your body knows to be true, what you know to be true, and that reverberates through your whole body. So whether the discomfort that you're going through is physical or mental or emotional, it always goes back to an energetic cause within us. So usually what I have found is that the first thing, the first culprit, you can say, is our mental body, is our thoughts. And it begins with the thoughts, basically. We have these thoughts about fear and they are on loop and they keep playing over in our head, in our subconscious. And when that is triggered, after that there's an emotional reaction that's triggered. Or even if you're not emoting externally, inside of you, emotionally, you're not balanced and you're going through these ups and downs and these sensations in the body of fear of different kinds. It might be shame that gets triggered, it might be anger, whatever it might be, but something unpleasant. And then when certain thoughts are thought about enough, they trigger certain emotions enough, and that energy, that those sensations get stuck in the body, basically. So the only way, whether you are dealing with something more mental, more something that has to do with emotions in the body, or when all of these become really solid and they repeat enough, then they become more physical as well, and they manifest in the form of a physical disease. So to me, first it's usually mental, these thoughts that we have which trigger something emotional, and then when both of those become really solid, then it finally becomes a physical disease in the body as well, or some sort of physical imbalance or discomfort. So we all go through these, in big and small ways. It's not about judging yourself, and nobody said in spirituality that you have to be perfect as well. But it's whenever you feel out of balance and you're in this, you've decided that that's something that you want to work on, something you want to bring back into balance, then perhaps this video can help you with that. So knowing that it's energetic and it has to do with the energy that's flowing through your body, what can you do? So everything goes back to the breath. Everything goes back to the fact that when we're breathing and we're allowing breath in the body to flow freely, then your energy is not stuck. And the reason that breath gets stuck in different parts of the body is, again, because I'm having an anxious thought. When I have an anxious thought, my body can't be open in that moment, and it constricts somehow. There's a part of me that constricts. If there's certain feelings and emotions that are triggered, like I see something happening, I see a child getting hurt or abused or something, and it triggers this deep emotional reaction from me that is uncomfortable or unbalanced in some way, that's taking me back to an experience that I had. So, you know, um, and again, my body will clench. So it's really is all about the breath being flowing freely through your body. And whenever we restrict that, and there's so many ways in which we do it in our everyday life, because there's so many stresses, and we do live on a planet where the vibration is quite low. So even though many of us are on the path of self mastery and, you know, living consciously, but it's okay, we have our moments. You know, there's so many people around us, there's so many different kinds of energy. So I really don't want you to judge yourself. This is not about that at all. But like I said, whenever you feel like you need to move more into balance, then perhaps, you know, you can use some of the tips here. So usually any of these uncomfortable sensations that you have, they also lead back to an event or a past dynamic from your own childhood. So if you're somebody who doesn't believe in past lives, you can just limit it at that. You can breathe and go back to, you know, first of all, you feel the sensation in your body. Where in my body do I feel stuck? So the basic, I'm giving you now the basic structure, the way that you go into an uncomfortable feeling inside of your body, or discomfort, disease, whatever it is, and how you begin to heal that. So just in a very basic manner, you're just going to breathe. You're going to close your eyes and breathe, and you breathe throughout your whole body, from the top of your head to all of your organs and all of the chakras, if you know about the chakras, and take the breath through all of them one by one, and moving the light or moving the breath in further down. And whenever you, when you're done with this, you should be feeling completely relaxed. And if you're not feeling completely relaxed, then I want you to notice where that is in the body. And that is the area that you have found, that you have narrowed down, where you need to basically breathe and go into that area, go into that knot in your body. And you might find that at first, when you start breathing and you start going into these knots, they sort of move because they're trying to escape, and you know that they're used to a certain routine, and sort of preserving themselves, because it's like a fear. It's like an inner child that's stuck. So it's like a fear, and it wants to protect itself, or it thinks it's protecting itself. And perhaps that protection was necessary in the past, but you have to go into it with the breath as the conscious self, as the higher self, and basically tell it it's fine, like it's your inner child, and say that it's fine. This protection was needed in the past, but now you don't have to take care of me. You can relax and play and be joyful. You're just a child, and I free you. So something like that. So basically, you keep breathing, you keep lovingly going inside that knot or that stuck feeling, and you just allow it to express itself any way it wants, like a child would express itself in fear, you know, through different ways, being angry, acting out, whatever it is, or crying, whatever it might be. You just allow that. Don't try and suppress it. Don't even try and stop it. Just be there, like you would lovingly as an older person. Like you see a child crying or doing something, how would you react? You would just let them express themselves, and sort of express and allow that grief to come out. So that's what you're supposed to do. But it's a simple process, but you have to do it again and again, and it should be an everyday practice for you. And it might sound very simple, but it can heal the worst of diseases, because at the core of healing is just breathing, is being one with your breath. And that is what yoga is. It's what union is. Union with the divine, yoga, they all mean the same thing, becoming one. And you know, when we become one with our breath, and we just don't hold back from it, there's no constriction from the breath just flowing and coming in this moment, even if it leads to some discomfort in my body at first. That's fine. and allowing that, trusting this process, that is what leads to healing. And you'll find that initially it might be hard to do this, the knot keeps moving, etc. But later on you'll find that when you start healing even just a little bit, more and more knots will show up. Like it's like, this momentum gathers in the other direction, and it's this detox process. So many people quit at that stage because it's like, there's so many things coming up, and you start feeling like, oh my god, there's so many things wrong with me. But that's not how it is. It's like everything in your body is coming to become unified. So even though it feels like a detox and it can feel a bit challenging, but it's actually this detox process. So you have to again trust the process. And so this is how we work with love to heal, like treating those stuck parts of us as an inner child, and to just be there, allow them to express themselves, knowing that we are this older person now, and whatever happened in our childhood, and if you want to think about it from a spiritual perspective, even going back to our past life, whatever happened, you don't even have to know that's another thing, you don't have to know um, you don't have to analyze what it is. You don't even have to know the physical details of what exactly happened, what event triggered it. If you don't remember it had happened in early childhood, or it goes back to a past life, it doesn't matter. But it's about what dynamic shows up now. What does your inner child look like now? What does that stuck energy feel like now? And to just bring the breath there, to be present there with the breath, which is the same as being present as your higher self, because you're one with the breath. So healing involves going into stuck energy in your body, and you don't have to rationally know what happened, although that might come to you later. So when you first begin working with the body, working at the physical and emotional levels, then rationally as well, the healing starts at the physical level, then the healing, emotionally as well, things start balancing out, and then rationally, that's when your higher mind comes, and not just the lower mind, which is stuck in fears, mostly in fears. But the higher mind comes because it's like the higher heart has opened up. Higher heart opens up when we invite in love. So that love comes in first, then the higher mind opens up, and that brings the rationale, the true rationale, the truth to you of what happened. So that might come in if it's something that's desired by you. If it's not really desired by you, it's not important. But then the mind starts working in a very different way, in a way that it serves you, in a way that it's the mind of your higher self. So yeah, so that is the the basics of it. I know maybe it sounds a little complicated to some of you who are beginning. I have made other videos about this. Some of them were maybe more in depth. I'll find a few and link them up here if you'd like to watch. But this is, at the core of it, the very basic thing is to come back to breath and to really trust this process. The whole thing is that the world will tell you in many different ways that this is not enough. Get certain things done to your body, go to all of these practitioners that will treat you with chemicals and all of those things. And I'm not even saying that you should never do any of that. It really is about the individual and what they're ready for. But you'll find that the more that you become one with the breath, the more that you do these practices, you start trusting it more. You build up more confidence, your body starts to remember the truth, and then you can sort of surrender fully. So it is a step-by-step process, and I wish you the best with it. And remember, in the end, you just have to breathe. All is love, all is well, and all I have to do is breathe. I'm one with the breath, I'm one with my higher self. And every little part of me that feels anything less than love, I have to remind it that it is love, and not run away from it because it feels uncomfortable. I breathe and I allow myself to go into those parts of me that feel less than, that feel that they don't deserve love at all. So I just go there, I be present with those parts of me. And this is a 5-minute practice even that you can begin with if you're not dealing with anything major in your life, any major disease or discomfort at any of those levels, mental, physical. This can be a 5-minute conscious practice that you do. And I do practices like this in all of my courses. So please check them out below this video. I have a new one called Master Inner Peace, which will be perfect for this. If you're going through any sort of anxiety or any sort of disease again in your body, I think it's going to be great for you to bring in that sense of all is well, that I belong to this higher order, something larger than me, and within that all is always well. And so to tap into that part of you that knows that all is well, and to tap into that part of you that always is well, that is eternal. And when that part of you comes through, nothing that you're going through in this human experience with this smaller self that you have, feels too intense. You know, we're supposed to go through slight ups and downs. That's the beauty of the journey. We're here to experience the adventure, but it doesn't manifest in such a way in your experience. How you experience any situation is never going to be that intense, and anytime that you do, you can also bring yourself back much more easily than before, and then much more easily than anybody's ever led you to believe, especially, you know, out there in people who are not really deeply cultivating their spirituality. So I hope that this video served you. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions related to this. I can make follow-up videos, and check out those courses that I've mentioned below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.